taking up economics with you. Economics is a beautiful subject. It influences the lives of all human beings. The class 11th and 12th syllabus of economics is designed in such a way that it will help you in understanding the economic realities that the nation is facing today. How to understand this? This also is taken up when we understand the various statistical tools. We will also be in the course of learning, understand the various theories of abstractions in economics. Now let us understand the syllabus of economics for class 12th. There are two parts to it. As you can see, theory paper carries 80 marks and there will be project work of 20 marks. Project work of course is given by your class teachers, your school teachers, and theory part remains the same for everybody around. It is divided into two parts. You can see part A is introductory macroeconomics. Let us understand the topics of macroeconomics. The first unit is national income and related aggregates, which carries 10 marks. Then we have the second unit as money and banking, which carries 6 marks. Determination of income and employment theory carries 12 marks. Government budget and the economy carries 6 marks. And the last unit, that is the fifth unit, carries 6 marks, which is balance of payment. So in totality, it carries 40 marks. Part A carries 40 marks. In national income and related aggregates, we will be learning about the various methods of calculating national income. Money and banking unit will be telling us about what money is and the functions of central bank and how the commercial banks make money. Then determination of income and employment theory, we learn about the deficient demand and surplus demand and how these are tackled in the economy. The full employment, what is full employment, etc. will be learned under this unit. Then government budget and the economy tells us what the receipts and expenditure of the governments are and the various kinds of deficits that the government faces. The last unit, that is balance of payment, connects us with the rest of the world where we understand about the foreign exchange and the balance of payment accounts. Part B, that is Indian economic development, has 3 units. So the 6th unit will be development experience since 1947 to 1990 and economic reform since 91. This carries 12 marks. The 7th unit, that is current challenges facing Indian economy, carries 22 marks. And the last unit, that is development experience of India, a comparison with neighbors, carries 6 marks. So in totality, this again carries 40 marks. So part A is for 40 marks and part B is for 40 marks. That makes the theory for 80 marks. In the unit development experience since 1947 to 1990, we will be learning about how the Britishers left our economy and how the free Indian government developed since then. So we will be learning about the Planning Commission, the various plans and the policies that the government formulated after this in the various fields of agriculture and industrial and service sectors. Then economic reform since 1991. 1991 is taken as a turning point in the Indian economy, and what were the reforms that were taken in this year we'll be learning about in this unit itself. The current challenges facing Indian economy deals with the various challenges like poverty, human capital formation, infrastructural development, sustainable development, etc., where we will be learning about what are the drawbacks in the current Indian scenario and how the government helps in combating it, or what are the measures that are likely to be taken in this. Then we have the last unit as development experience of India, a comparison with neighbors. The neighbors that we are talking about are Pakistan and China. So the Indian economy will be compared vis-a-vis the Pakistani economy and the Chinese economy in this unit. This is all that is there in the economics syllabus throughout the year that we would be learning. Wait for my next lecture on national income accounting. Thank you.